Hi, I'm Neil Beck. I was a doctor in Perth for Western Australia for 53 years. I had 500,000 consultations, home and hospital visits, and what I learned was what was important and what was not important. I came to the conclusion that the most important thing in life is to be mentally healthy. The people who were mentally healthy got everything that they needed sooner or later, but the people who had mental health problems often suffered a great deal. Some went cold and hungry and homeless, and many became addicts, because if they couldn't get enough effective treatment for their mental health disorders, the distress of the mental health disorders sooner or later drove them to seek relief from street treatments, which are all addictive. One of the conclusions that I came to was that there was never going to be enough mental health care for all the people who needed mental health care. Many people didn't get any mental health care, and it seemed to me that nobody got enough mental health care. And the problem was that the mental health care tools were weak. The two mental health care tools were medicines. Medicines had two weaknesses. One is that so many of them were addictive. Virtually all the anxiety, worry medicines and the sleep medicines and the three main ADD, ADHD medicines, Ritalin, dexamphetamine, Adderall, were all addictive, and that caused terrible problems. And secondly, the medicines worked too slowly. Most medicines were tablets or capsules which you swallowed and needed a drink to wash down, and they would take between 30 and 60 minutes to go right down your gut and start to be absorbed into your bloodstream and start to work. 30 to 60 minutes to start to work, and 1 to 2 hours to work strongly, and that was just too slow for people with mental health distresses and or addiction cravings. The other main tool was talk therapy, and talk therapy had two weaknesses. First of all, it was very slow. It took you an hour to assess a new patient, and we just didn't have an hour. And people had to keep on coming back again and again and again for more talk therapy, and it was too slow, and it was also too expensive, because therapists were highly trained people with university degrees and long periods of training, a minimum of 4-year Bachelor of Psychology, and to become a psychiatrist 10 or 12 years. So I started to make tools to help people to help themselves, and I'm now working on my 10th tool. But the first tool was videos, the second tool was websites, the third tool was the Mental Fix-It app, the fourth tool was live streaming, which I do 4 times a week on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram and Facebook. The fifth tool was powder medicines, because powder medicines dropped on your tongue and sucked, not swallowed, start to work in 5 minutes and work strongly in 10 to 15 minutes, which is far better for mental suffering and for addiction craving. The sixth tool was pocket powder medicine dispensers, because it was great to be able to carry your powder medicine in your pocket and just whiz it out and drop the powder on your tongue anytime, anywhere, even driving the car, so that you could cut mental distress and addiction craving very quickly. The seventh tool was heartbeat meditation aid, which is a shortened stethoscope that allows you to listen to your heart, which is a very good way of distracting you from your stresses and worries and helping you to develop a meditation habit. The eighth tool was larger powder dispensers that dispense fruit powder, and fruit powder has a lovely taste which helps you to make and break habits. The ninth tool is phone treasure, which I haven't made yet, but the idea is that most people now carry a phone at all times, and if they have lovely things on their phone, pictures, photos, or even music, whatever they love on their phone, at any time, anywhere, they can whiz their phone out and look at or listen to the phone treasure, and that helps them with their mental health bad feelings. But the 10th tool is what I want to talk to you now about. The 10th tool is Mental Fix-It Scroll Plus. I'm an old timer, and it took me a long time to work out that mental health care has to be done through modern technology. As mentioned, the medicines, so many are addictive, and that tablets and capsules are too slow, and talk therapy is too slow and too expensive. And what I realized in the end was that mental health care has to come through phones which you've got in your pocket anytime, anywhere, so that you can do mental health care work. You can get information, you can make assessments, you can do treatment anytime, anywhere on your phone, as many times as you need, and it's free. So phones. The second thing was apps. Apps on your phone you can use anytime, anywhere, and do assessments very quickly and get information very quickly. And what I finally realized was that I had to do scrolling as well, because today so many people love scrolling. They want everything to be very fast, so the videos have to be TikTok, under-a-minute videos. They want everything to be on their phone, and they love scrolling. TikTok only started 9 years ago, and it has over 1 billion viewers every month, over 1 billion viewers every month. So I had to get my information, my mental health care and addiction information into a scrollable form. So I am now almost finished developing what I call Mental Fix-It Scroll Plus, and then my tech help will put it online. I hope you'll have it within 2 to 4 weeks. So let me explain what Scroll Plus means. scrolling, the advantage of scrolling is you can cover so much ground so quickly. People love to go very fast, to scroll everything very fast. But the reason why scrolling is fast is it has no detail, and you want detail, but you only want detail about what's of concern to you. So the medical textbooks were 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 pages, got so much detail about so many things that you often miss things. So what my Scroll Plus is that I've got approximately 90 items that's mental health problems, addiction problems, and solutions, and you can just scroll through the headings very quickly. But every time you find an item that's important to you, you can instantly tap a micro video, a 6 to 16 second video, and immediately get some information about that item that's of importance to you. And if that 6 to 16 second video helps you, then it has a link to a 1 minute video, and so you can immediately get more information. So the scroll is fast, all the headings, and the plus is detail, a micro video and then a mini video. And then if you want more information, you can do the 2 minute Mental Fix-It app, and it tells you the 6 1 minute videos that will help you most with your particular combination of mental health disorders. So let me read to you some stuff from my Mental Scroll Plus tool number 10. The developed world's greatest need is far better mental health care. With present slow, weak, costly methods and tools, there'll never be enough effective mental health care, and 95% of addictions are end-stage mental illness. Whoever mass produces online mental health care in an extremely fast and free way will have performed a great service for the whole world, because the developed world's greatest need is far better mental health care. So let me now tell you some of the items. So they come in 9 groups, and the first group is bad feelings are usually what trouble us most. In mental health disorders, what worries us most is usually feeling bad. Now, we're very complex chemical bodies, and all that goes on in our body is often quite uncomfortable, but our brain, glands and gut produce 25 feel-good happy chemicals that make us happy and healthy, but sometimes we don't produce enough feel-good chemicals. So the micro video for that is our feel-good happy chemicals are dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, noradrenaline and over 20 endorphins, which we can easily keep boosted and strong. The second item under bad feelings is our feel-good chemicals also boost our immune system, which fights infections, allergies, inflammation, autoimmune diseases and cancers. And if that's of interest to you, then you just tap the video, and the 13-second video says Our immune system is cells, antibodies and chemicals in every part of us that fight diseases. They stop us getting sick, which makes us feel better, so keep them strong by boosting your endorphins. The third item under feelings is we also have 4 normal but unpleasant warning feelings: loneliness, sadness, anger, anxious carefulness. They're not nice, but they keep us safer and happier. If that rings bells for you, then you tap the 8-second video which says, without warning feelings, we'd have many unmet needs and unfixed problems. So always check and respond to those 4 warning feelings. If we didn't have loneliness, we wouldn't know that we didn't have enough relationships. If we didn't have sadness, we wouldn't know that we needed to grieve. If we didn't have anger, we wouldn't know that something had just happened that shouldn't have happened, or something didn't happen that should have happened, and we've got to fix it. So we feel a bit angry and then we fix it. And anxious carefulness warns us that what we're dealing with is very important and we could make a mistake, so we need to be careful. So what boosts our feel-good chemicals production? Item 4 is our feel-good chemicals production is boosted by smiling, laughing, healthy foods and drinks, physical activity, sunlight, fresh air, nature, flowers, pets, music, beauty, good sleep, good relationships, hugging, kissing and good sex. And if that rings bells for you, you tap the 10-second video which says, often check that list of feel-good boosters and make enough of them into habits to stay healthy and happy. Item 6 in feelings is to be healthy, happy and safe. Build things into your life that boost your feel-good chemistry production. The 12-second video is, you can't have a healthy, happy, safe life if your feel-good chemistry and immune system are weak. So repeat some of the feel-good chemistry boosters often until they become habits. The 7th item is, have some feel-good words you say often with a smile. That's great, fantastic, just right, beautiful, magic, congratulations, I did great, hey, I made it. And the 7-second video is, often smiling and thinking and saying positive words is very helpful for you and for those you're with. The second group is to be happy and healthy, grow your mental health. The first item is, what usually most helps us to be happy and healthy and to have a good life is growing our mental health. And the 14-second video is, in developed countries there's plenty of most things, and if we're mentally healthy we usually get whatever else we need, but if we're mentally unhealthy we're sometimes hungry, cold, lonely and homeless. The second item to be happy and healthy, grow your mental health, is mental health is good feelings, good thinking, good habits and normal warning feelings, with not many bad feelings, thoughts or habits, and no ignored warning feelings. The 7-second video for that is, being mentally healthy is far better and safer, so do scroll plus to find and fix any mental health problems. The third item under that is to fix abnormal bad feelings, thinking and habits. Often do the fast mental fix-it scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks. And the 12-second video is to feel and think better and make good new habits and break old bad habits. Often spend a few minutes doing the mental fix-it scroll plus and or a mental fix-it app check. To get fully better, find all your problems in a few minutes, anytime, anywhere, with fast scroll plus repeats, and or mental fix-it-app checks. Consultations are slow and we often miss things in consultations. The 13-second video is getting fully mentally healthy is best, but requires finding all your problems. Finding all your problems is simple, fast and low cost with Scroll Plus or mental fix-it-app checks. But with consultations it's slow and sometimes we forget to ask things. The fifth item is mental health problems and addictions are emergencies that should be fixed fast as soon as possible before they cause nasty complications and family problems. Problems cause problems that cause problems, and it just gets all so complicated and difficult that it takes too long to fix, and usually not everything is fixed. The 16-second video for that is mental health problems cause more and more problems, so get harder and harder to understand and fix. As soon as you can, do fast mental fix-it-app and or Scroll Plus checks, and it helps if family and friends do this and you get better together. One of the blind spots in mental health is we tend to treat people as if they're separate, isolated people, but everybody is part of a family or part of two families, their mother's family and their father's family. We're not isolated, and mental health problems are family problems. If someone's got a mental health problem, it's usually because the family's got a problem, and just counseling and helping the person with a problem and not doing anything about the family is a great mistake. It makes it much harder. And the advantage of the technology tools on the phone, the videos, the Scroll Plus and the mental fix-it-app is that when we're helping a person to get better, we just say, and show your family these videos and these aids, because if they get better, that's going to help you to get better, and you'll all get better together and it'll be much better. When you're doing the Scroll Fix, although it's better to answer all the questions, to scroll through all the questions, which takes about 10 minutes, plus the time to watch the videos. A lot of people don't have that much time, or they don't have the attention span. So whenever you feel you've done enough, you just tap the enough button. There's enough buttons all the way through. You just tap the enough button and it immediately gives you a list of links to the videos that you've already watched, and then you can watch them again if you want to, as many times as you want. And if you realize that any of them are not really of interest to you, you can delete them. Or if you want more information, each of the 6 to 16-second videos has a link to a 1-minute video, and if you want more than that, then you do the mental fix-it-app and it gives you 6 videos, 6 1-minute videos. Group 3 is Downer mental health disorders. The biggest one is depression. Depression is not truly fixed until its causes are found and, as far as possible, understood and fixed. The video, 13-second video with that is depression has many causes and treatments. Do Scroll Plus often to find, understand and fix causes and find where and what your family's life was like in the first few years of your life, because so much depression or so many mental health disorders start in the first 2 or 3 years of your life, that everybody who has mental health troubles needs to go back and find out as much as they can about what their family life was like when they were babies or 1 or 2 or 3 year olds. For anybody who's got mental health problems to understand themselves, they not only should do Scroll Plus often and the Mental Fix It app often, they should also talk to people who know what their family was like when they were little, when they were babies or 1 or 2 or 3, because that's when so many problems start. Mental health problems are mostly bad habits. What is a habit? Our brain has to do so much that it can't do everything consciously, and it does about 1/3 of what we do consciously, and about 2/3, 60 to 65%, is unconscious automatic habits. And you develop a habit by doing something over and over and over again the same, and the underlying triggers and electrical messages in your nerves and chemical messages in your tissues and blood become stronger and stronger until that activity is a habit, which is unconscious and automatic. And what happens is that if at some stage of your life, in your infancy or in your primary school days or later in your work or in your marriage, something is bad and it happens over and over and over again, and it makes you anxious or it makes you depressed or it makes you angry, then that anxiety, depression or anger become a habit. And the habit is very easily triggered and automatic and unconscious and hard to stop. Habits are hard to stop. Once the underlying triggers and electrical and chemical messages are strong, they're hard to stop. So we need to find causes. When you're trying to understand your mental health problems, you need to ask why? What caused what? Because mental health problems are usually one link in a chain, and troubled people are one link in a chain of troubled people, a troubled family. The next downer mental health disorder is ADD, ADHD, and the scrollable item heading is, are my focusing, concentration, decision making and impulsive control weak because I have attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder? And the 14-second video for that is, poor focusing, concentration and impulsiveness with or without hyperactivity are usually due to ADD, ADHD, but can be caused by other problems, so check with the Fast Scroll Plus and or Mental Fix It app. Another, so just to explain, a lot of people would think that ADD is an upper disorder because people are impulsive and hyperactive, but it's a downer disorder because the front part of your brain is only half awake, and that's why you can't focus and concentrate very well. And normally the front part of your brain manages the other parts of your brain, and when the front part of your brain is not working properly, the other parts of your brain can become hyperactive and you become impulsive and hyperactive. And it seems like an upper disorder, but it's a downer disorder. Another downer disorder is very low self-esteem and low confidence. The item is understand and fix very low self-esteem and low confidence and inferiority and superiority complexes. The 12-second video is it's important to understand what you feel and think about yourself and to get that right. Underestimating, overestimating or disliking yourself can cause you serious problems. The upper mental health disorders. The mental health disorders are basically you're too high or you're too low. Medicines are either uppers to lift you when you're too low or downers to calm you when you're too high. And addictive substances, street drugs and alcohol and so on, are either uppers or downers. If you don't get good medical care, then someone on the street, if you're too high, sells you downers. The main downers are alcohol, addictive tranquilizers, cannabis or marijuana, heroin, and addictive painkillers. So for health and happiness, good sleep is a necessity, not a luxury. Some people think that sleep is a luxury, but it's not a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. And the 15-second video for that is enough good sleep is very important. If you have a sleep problem, keep doing fast scroll plus and or mental fixer app checks and watching the 6 to 60 second videos they recommend until your sleep is good. The second item under upper mental health disorders is to fully fix worry, anxiety as far as possible, understand what, why and how it started. The 13-second video is worry, anxiety is a common bad habit. Keep doing fast scroll plus and or mental fix-it app checks, watching their short videos, and break the habit by cutting every attack short with a pocket dispenser of Calmfast 3 powder. Calmfast, because most calming medicines are addictive. I combined 3 medicines, one of which is a very calming, non-addictive antidepressant. It's an antidepressant, but it's a calming medicine. One is an endorphin booster, and endorphins calm you, and the other is baclofen. And baclofen is a calming medicine. It's only slightly addictive, but when it's combined with those other things, it's not addictive. So I'm very busily working on this, and I now need to stop. Lots of people want to talk to me, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not good at technology, and I just don't have the time. There are so many viewers. 1.6 thousand viewers at my last live streaming on Wednesday. But what I want you to do is, I'm very interested to know what your comments, questions and criticisms are. So whichever platform you watched this live streaming on, TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Facebook or Instagram, please send me your comments, questions and criticisms, and I will respond to that if I can. If you're not a follower, unfortunately I don't have a link, but if you're a follower, I can respond to your comments, questions and criticisms, or you can email me. I always respond to emails. The email for that you can find at my website, which is smilefixit.com. Smilefixit.com. Fixit. Just go to smilefixit.com and find the email address. The email address, which is spelt the way it sounds, is healthestuff@gmail.com. healthestuff@gmail.com. I'll be today is Friday. I do the live streaming on Wednesday, Friday and Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. Perth time, and at 9 a.m. Sunday Perth time. Unfortunately, the 7 p.m. Perth time is an awkward time in the Northern Hemisphere, where we often get half our viewers. So I now do the Sunday evening live streaming at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning Perth time, which is in the evening in the Northern Hemisphere, which is more usually time. Okay, thank you. Bye.